are never taxed. It's the taxes. You know, these two moves alone, Roth IRAs and life insurance, can single-handedly remove most of the taxes you or your beneficiaries will ever have.
Sell products on Facebook and...
Wow. Guys, put in the comment, put in the chat, something that stood out to you from that video. Put in the chat something that stood out to you from that video. One word. What is that one word? Or two words? What is it?
Guarantee.
Guarantee. That's what I hear. Okay. Somebody said tax-free. Guarantee, tax-free. Yep. It's about the taxes. Like it's okay. We don't get it. People don't get it. This is why we're doing these webinars, right? And by the way, the taxes is just one component, but that is a big component, right? So imagine you have 640,000. That's a lot of taxes. So everything we've been hearing up to now, is it really going to help us when you have a lot of money and you didn't factor in how much of it you're going to pay in tax? So we're growing it, but who's educating us on how much of that growth you and I get to keep? How much do we get to keep is a bigger question. Okay, some of us are growing it, but how much do you get to keep? If you do not know how much of this 640,000 will be taxed. So 2 moves he mentioned. A Roth, because it's tax-free, but Roth is not the best. Roth is good, but it's not the best. Can somebody put in the chat why Roth is not the best? It's good, but it's not the best. Put in the chat, why is Roth not the best? It's good, but it's not the best. Put in the chat. If you've been coming on these webinars, put in the chat, why is Roth not the best? And I'm seeing, I hear someone say something. Yeah, so I'm reading the comment, right? So it's market risk, right? It's market risk. You're tying up your money in the market, right? Limitation. How much can we put in a Roth? 6,500. That's it. 6,500. I did the math a long time ago before even coming on this platform. 6,500 times how many more years to your retirement? How much you're going to have? You still don't know because of the stock market risk. So yes, it's helping in one way with the tax. And that's why it's not the best, because you're still in the market. So you still don't know how much you're going to have, right? Because of the risk of the market. So that's why we love IUL, right? Like there's so many good things about this strategy. You have guaranteed growth. Guaranteed growth. When the market is negative, you're still making money. 0.75 guarantee. This is a contract. It's guaranteed. When the market is negative, you're guaranteed to get 0.75. And it's tax-free. So you just don't want to be growing. And the bigger question is, let me see if you guys are listening. What is the bigger question? We're growing this money, but what's the bigger question when we have this growth? When we have this growth, we got all this money we've been growing for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. What's the bigger question? How much do we get to
keep?
How much do we get to keep? Right? If we do not know how much taxes Uncle Sam is going to take from us and rob us and rob your generation because of the taxes. So I had a client that told me today, Odetta, I didn't get approved for the living benefit. Is it still good? Hello? Hello? Can somebody tell me, if you did not get approved for the living benefit, is it still good? Is it still good? Yes or no? Yes or yes? Do we want tax-free money? Do we want growth money? Do we want guarantee money? Well, if you don't want guarantee money, if you want to pay a lot of taxes on your money, then keep doing what you're doing and you're going to be broke. And I am the author of This Is Why You're Broke, my third book. You're going to be broke. You're going to be broke because you don't know how much you're going to have. Your money is going to go up and down with the stock market like the blood pressure. And then how much do you get to keep? Because you don't know how much taxes, which we have no control over taxes. So it's like we're just living la vida loca and not saving our future. We got to start saving our future. Save your future self. Save your future from chronic illness. Save your future from a heart attack. Save your future from outliving your money. Save your future for your grandkids. Save your future for your grandkids. God damn, we're saving our future with a strategy like this because it is guaranteed and it is risk-free. How could you possibly have a better strategy or not like a strategy that gives you guarantee, growth on your money, tax-free? If you get sick, there's money. And when we die, there's more money for the next generation. And if you're selfish, you don't care about the next generation, well, more money for you while you're alive. More money for you while you're alive, right? This is why I'm overdosed on IUL, and I got 3 of those, 3.5 million, which I love to brag. Yes, we brag different over here, right? We brag different over here because you know your savior, your financial future is solid. If we get sick, there's money. If we lose whatever and we cannot work, the mortgage still getting paid. Those two things don't happen no time soon. We don't care who's the president. We don't care what the stock market is doing because our money, and I love how Nona said it here, look at the last column, it's growing. It's growing. You start with 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 17. It is growing. There's no up and down. It is guaranteed growth, right? So if you don't have one of these index strategies, you are not saving your future. You are not saving your future. Because if you're growing money in other vehicles where you're going to have pay a lot of taxes and the market is going to take some of that money with the risk, how are you saving your future? How? Right? So you got to have a strategy like this, which is a cornerstone, and everything else is extra, right? So let's talk about how does a strategy like this set your kids up to be millionaires? How does it set you up to be a tax-free millionaire? So because I am the author of Playground Millionaire, my 4th book, I'm super passionate about making sure every child that I come in contact with, I'm going to hit their parents in their head and be like, listen, this is what you need to do. Stop buying all these expensive crap. And when your child is 18 or 25 or 35, they ain't got nothing to show. Okay? Let's make sure we are saving smart and setting them up. All right? Nona did an amazing job talking about Transamerica. 25 years in the IUL space. We are dominating. We are number 1. There's other companies, but none of them can come close to us because of all the things they offer with IUL, right? Transamerica has over almost 500 billion, right? This is not a small company. They've paid out more than 52 billion, right? They have 12.9 million policies in force. And this sounds a lot, but it's still not a lot. There's a lot of people don't know what we're sharing. And 11.8 million customers. So This is an illustration of a mom setting aside $250, right? She's putting away $250 per month. Day one, her child net worth is $100,000. Hello, a newborn. $100,000. I can tell you, doing this business in 6 years, there's a lot of grown people walking around here that don't have 100,000 marbles, right? And this newborn, age zero, right, male, mom and dad listen to me, and they're saying, okay, we're going to put $250 away. Day one, your child is insured. So if anything pops up in his health, in his future adult life, hey, you're already in. You're good. You're already in. I cannot tell you how many people get declined because of illnesses. And it's very heart-wrenching when you have kids being declined because of a condition that they have. Right? So from day one, your child is born, 2 weeks old, they got that social, you got to call us. You know somebody pregnant, you know somebody expecting, 2 weeks old, they got that social, call us, right? Money and time is a powerful combination. You give your money more time, and in a strategy like this, let me show you what happens, right? So I want to point out the monthly no lapse. God forbid, hard time hits in the future. Mom calls me so that I can't do 250 anymore. Girl, I gotta reduce this stuff. No worries. How much can you reduce it to? 150, 200, 175, 100. No worries. We got you. Because the minimum to keep this policy in force is $20. Everybody can afford $20 right now, but we don't want to be at $20 today. You start this plan to put more. You heard what Ed Slott say. You don't want to put the least. You want to put the most. And ever so often, people always asking me, well, what's the minimum can I put? Why would you want to put the minimum? Well, if you're going to put the minimum because you cannot afford, that's fine for now, but that should not be your mindset or your trajectory for a strategy like this. You want to put the most. Maybe you can't put a lot right now, but in your mind, you should be saying, oh God, as soon as I get more money, I'm going to put more. I may be starting with 100, but next year I'm going to put more, not less, right? Now, because this kid is a minor, right? Mom and dad are the one who owns this account. So if homeboy just want to smoke hookah, don't go to college, don't do anything productive with his life, whose money is this? Whose money is this? If homeboy decides he doesn't want to be a productive citizen, he just want to hang out and smoke weed, whose money is this at the end of the day? Whose money is it? Put in the chat. Whose money is this? We're opening the account for the kid. We're insuring the kid's life. We're setting him up to be financially wealthy. But at the end of the day, whose money is this? Yeah, it's mama money, right? Or whoever's the owner of the account, the mom, the dad, the grandparent, right? It could only be the mom, the dad, the grandparent, or the legal guardian for kids. So it's like you're also saving for yourself. I always tell people, if my parents had started this for me, I did pretty well for myself. So this money could have turned back and helped them with their retirement. So although we're saving for our kids, this money could also help you, the owner, the mom, the dad, the grandma, whoever, for your own retirement. You don't have to give it all to them, or you don't even have to give it to them if you don't want to anymore. But you're still doing them a huge favor because you're insuring their life while they're young, while they're healthy. You're starting them off by building their wealth. Because this baby boy, even though we started with 100,000 face amount, when he is 5 years old, he has almost $10,000 cash. How many 5-year-olds do we know have 10,000 cash? How many 5-year-old? How many 5-year-old you know have 10,000 cash? Not a lot. I don't even know of any, right? Maybe you guys do. I don't know of any. Now, when he's 10 years old, he has 23,000. Still not going to touch it because we don't need to. When he's 15 years old, he has 43. When he's 20, he has 69. It's the second to last column I'm looking at, which is a cash surrender, because this is what you have access to touch, right? The second to last column. Now, when he's 25, he has 103. So the first major milestone most kids will have is college. And when you save the money in this type of account, financial aid, student loan, the college or university, the school, they do not see this money. So on paper, you're broke. You're fake broke. You're fake broke, right? On paper, you're broke. And now it unlocks the possibility and the potential for you to get grants and scholarship and free financial aid. You don't want to leave the money in those other accounts, because now they see those other accounts. They see your 401k. They see your IRA. They see your bank account. And once we see you got money, are we going to give you money? If the government sees you have money, will they still give you more money? No, they're not going to give us more money, right? So we have money here for college. We have money here for a wedding. At 30, we got 151. We got money to start a business. We have money for every major milestone. Wedding, college, university, down payment of a house, buying a car, starting a business. Like, there's money waiting. And when your kids come to you and they say, hey, mom, I want to go buy a house. Like, we just had a workshop at the library on Saturday, and one of the couple in the audience, I think it was Jesse, that asked the guy, you know, how would you respond if you had an account like this and your son comes and tells you, hey, dad, I want to buy a house, right? He said, son, okay, so let's go look at a house. Let's go look at a house, right? Or go find your house. Let's go hunt housing. But if you don't have strategies like these and your kids come to you and ask you, hey, I want to buy a house. I saw a house. What are some of the things we're going to say if we don't have this type of account? If we don't have this type of money? Well, we're going to tell them a whole bunch of things that they now want to hear, right? So I love this account because you get to set your kids up and yourself. I'm showing you for a minor. But as an adult, right, you can have these for yourself too. But you're older and you have less years to retire. So you would want to fund it with more money, right? So the millionaire mark, and let's look at this. At age 60, we contributed a total of $128,000. It blossomed to over $1 million. Let that sink in. You invested $128,000. It blossomed to over $1 million, tax free. Now, I know real estate is great, and I get this argument a lot. Odetta, real estate is good. Real estate, all day real estate. Well, let's open up the chat. Put in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. With a real estate, can we start a real estate mortgage or buy something with $250? Can you start anything with real estate? $250. No, you cannot.
Not at all.
No, you cannot. For real estate, does your credit have to be intact? Do they look at your credit?
Yes.
Okay, exactly. Do they look at your credit here? No, they don't. Your credit could be zero. They don't look at your credit here. So you're starting this plan with $250 and it grows to $1 million at age 60, tax free. Let's go back to the real estate. You got to feed the real estate. What do I mean by feed? You got to deal with the lawn. You got to pay your taxes every year. You got to deal with the tenants. If you're going to rent it out, hope and pray you got a good tenant. That's a lot of hoping and praying. Because anybody who's into real estate, they will tell you there's always going to be something. Taking people to court, running behind people for your rent. Listen, I'm sleeping. I'm traveling the world. I don't care if it snows. I ain't got to send nobody to do the garbage, nobody to pick up the snow, to shovel the snow. I ain't got to be stressing people every month to pay me my mortgage. None of that. None of that. So although real estate is good, you be the judge. You be the judge. Can you start with 250? No. That's why a lot of people don't get homes. They don't qualify, right? They don't qualify. And now you got this property. And yes, let's say you do make $1 million. Let's say you bought a house when it was $100,000. Couple years later, it's $1 million. How much we get to keep if we got to pay taxes? When you die and you pass this down to your kids, they still got to keep maintaining it. They still got to maintain it. They still got to pay the taxes every year. What taxes? We're not paying no taxes over here at all. At all. Guys, this is why I'm super, super, super passionate. Now, don't get me wrong. Real estate is great. Real estate is great. But when you really look at things that the average person can do right now, the average person walking the street can do right now to gain wealth for themselves, to change their family's generational. Right now, the average person, not everybody could buy a house. Not everybody have a down payment. Not everybody have good credit. Not everybody income could take on a mortgage by themselves. There's a lot of factors. Here, you save in your future. You start this plan with 250, 300, 400, 500. And this is what you get. So although real estate is great, this for me, this is an easy, laziest way to get rich. Get rich. Tax-free. And if I get sick along the way, I got my living benefit. Now you got your real estate, right? You got your real estate and you get sick. What happens? What happens?
Nothing happens. Someone has to keep paying the mortgage. That never stops. They don't care about your health.
Yeah, they don't care about your health.
Alone.
I've seen people lose their homes when life took them down with an illness. There's nothing for, we're gonna give you some money while you're sick. We're gonna give you some money while you're sick because you've been paying mortgage for 10, 15 years. Now you're sick, you got cancer, you got this, you got that. We're gonna cut you some slacks, we're gonna give you some money. Are they doing that? Are they doing that? No, they're not. So don't get me wrong. Real estate is great. But for me, and what I show people, the average person walking the street right now can change their trajectory. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Save your future. This is guaranteed. This is risk-free. It's helping you if you get sick and when we die. So let's talk about when we die. So remember, this was a newborn, right? We started off with 100,000 face amount. The death benefit kept increasing every year. So not only he has money to do everything while he's alive and in his adult life, but now he's a grandpa. Let's go all the way to age 100. Age 100. He's a grandpa. Look at his death benefit. How much is he leaving to his kids and grandkids? Tax-free?
$11 million.
Tax-free.
$11 million.
Who's doing this? Who is doing this? Right? Guys, everybody can do this. Everybody can do this. So, let's talk about our amazing platform. What I just showed you is just one strategy. One strategy out of 4 on our platform. IUL all day, every day. Everybody needs an IUL. Everybody needs an IUL because everybody needs to save money. Everybody needs to grow money. Things are getting more expensive, so we need to grow more money. We need to save more money. We need to invest more money. We need to earn more money. It's never going to get cheaper. It's going to continue to go high, to go up, to go higher. So timing is perfect, and timing is everything. Just like Uber, which is the largest taxi company, and they don't own any vehicle, or Facebook, the world's most popular platform, and they don't even create content, or Amazon. Amazon is the world's largest retailer, and they own no inventory or storefront. Or Airbnb, that is the largest accommodation provider that took the hotel industry out of business, because now instead of being cooped up in a hotel room and paying $200 a night, you could get a whole fabulous house. But Airbnb doesn't own any real estate. World Financial Group is the same thing. We are the world's largest financial service distributor, but we don't own any financial products. We're just like Airbnb, Amazon, Uber, Facebook, but for the financial side. For the financial side, we don't own any products. We distribute products. We distribute strategies, right? So who are we? Aegon, our parent company, been around since 1844. They're based in the Netherlands. Transamerica, our parent company here in the US, they've been around for 119 years old, based in San Francisco. WFG is a distribution platform. What Nona just shared with you is what we do all day, every day. Educate people on saving money, not spending. Save money. Pay yourself first. Save for your retirement. Save for your kids' education. Proper protect yourself. And we do this with these companies and more. 77. All insurance and investment firms. Because our motto is no family left behind. 91% of people, they're working for money, but what we just shared with you guys tonight, the average person don't even know. I did not know either. 91% of us walking around here, even those that are making money, still don't know this stuff. Because they're growing it right now, but they don't understand taxes. They don't understand market risk. They don't know how much they're going to have when they're ready to retire or when they're ready to make that big purchase. They do not know. WFG believes in financial education. I don't sell anything. I educate people on how to save money. One time I was going to a client's house and he's like, Dada, what you coming to sell me? I'm like, honey, I'm not selling you anything. I'm here to show you how to save your money. Not spend, but save your money. And ultimately save your future. So because we also have a distribution platform, we're always looking for people like ourselves. All parts of the US, all parts of Canada. You know somebody who live in any part of the USA or any part of Canada, put them in touch with us. Because we are expanding. We're getting ready to go to an amazing life-changing convention in a couple of weeks. Super excited, where we're going to be talking about tax-free retirement, tax-free income. These are two of the speakers, David McKnight, right, who talks about the power of zero. It's so important to put your money in accounts where you're never ever going to lose. And also tax-free retirement income for life, right? You just don't want to grow this money. You got to understand how much you're going to get to keep. Like how much am I going to get to keep? I just don't want to grow it. Growing it is great, but how much am I going to get to keep when I'm 65? That's the question most people never thought of. So now, when you come on board, you do need a license, right? This is a highly, highly, highly regulated business. We're in financial service where everybody gets vetted up and down, from lawyers to doctors to FBI, CIA. Everybody goes through a background check. Now, once you pass your exam and you're on our platform as a training associate, which is the entry level, right? You're getting your feet wet, you're studying, you're getting some field training, you're sitting with clients, you're learning this stuff. Because again, we're dealing with people money and their future, right? You can move up to an associate at 45%. We do everything on a Zoom. COVID has been a game changer and blessed our business in disguise. We close offices. We don't go to the office no more. It's so much easier to do this business than when it first started 6 years ago. So you mean to tell me, Odetta, I could be on a Zoom on a Sunday afternoon from the comfort of my home. I went to church, had dinner, and I made an appointment with somebody on a Sunday evening, and I could make $13.50? Yes. Yes. Right? Or you could move up to a marketing director, and if somebody's saving $250 per month, and you help that family save that $250 in a strategy, you make $18.60 per account. Or you're like me, a senior marketing director, right? Same person saving $250. Now I'm gonna make $2,400 a month. $2,400 per account. Guys, this is what got me the compensation. I'm teaching already in a classroom. So now all I got to do is teach this to everybody, and I could make $1 million here. Sign me up, because I could never make $1 million at NYU. I could never make $1 million at St. John. I could never make $1 million at Kingsborough. Don't matter how much PhDs, I could never make $1 million there. And even if I do, it's taxable. It's a W-2. So Uncle Sam is going to take 30-40% of that $1 million. But over here, I get to control this. I get to control this, right? Because it's a business. It's a 1099, right? So, best business platform. We have no employees. We have no inventory. Now, there's all types of business out there. Some business, you got to keep spending money all the time. I love some other companies. I love their products. I buy their products. But you got to keep spending money. You got to keep buying products. You got to ship products. You're constantly spending to make a profit. Over here, you're not spending to make a profit because we have no inventory. There's nothing to ship or pack, right? There's no payroll. There's no overhead. You already got a phone. You already got a computer. You already got an iPad. You already paying for internet. You have those things already. That's your overhead. And you have it already. So why not utilize it and get paid for it? Right? We get paid twice a week. This is crazy. I never even heard of a job that pays twice a week. Every Tuesday and every Friday. So it's kind of very hard to be upset for long. Because by the time somebody pisses you off, Friday rolls around and you happy again. Right? I like that. I'm not staying mad for long with nobody. You're pissing me off, I'm going to go write a policy and I'm getting paid on Friday. Or I'm writing a policy and I'm getting paid on Tuesday. Every Tuesday and every Friday. So we're going to get paid 5 different ways. The first way everybody get paid is when you sit with a client and you use your personal pen or your personal income. You have that person open an account. The second way we all going to get paid is agency income. You may know somebody in your state or in your city, and they say, hey, you're killing the game. I want to do what you're doing too. Or you may sit with a client and they said, wow, this is good stuff. How can I share this with my people? Now you have agency income because you bring that person on board. The third way we get paid is expansion income. You're going to know people in other territories, in other states, right? And because they're in another state, that's considered expansion income. The fourth way is bonus. Bonus is for senior marketing directors and above. And then we have recurring, which everybody's going to get paid. I've been doing this business for 6 years. All my clients, every anniversary year. So I started this business August 2017. I started writing policies in November 2017. There's been a lot of Novembers that passed since 2017 to now. So every anniversary year. So right now, let's say you guys are licensed. You open a policy today, September 27, 2023. Guess what? September 27, 2024. That client keeps their account. They're still saving in their account. You're gonna get recurring income. So the longer that client keeps their policy, you're still gonna get a check. And this is why everybody that's doing this business, or if you're considering, this is the best business platform, because when you and I have a job and we die, the checks stop. Nothing goes to your kids. But when you are a senior marketing director and above, you own your book of business. So even when I die, my niece and nephew, which will be in this business, because one of them is studying, they will continue to receive that check. All my clients, they're going to continue to receive that check. This is what you truly call generational wealth, right? Because everything else, when you die, it stops. But this keeps coming because you have clients. I'm opening a lot of millionaires, playground millionaire. All of these kids, including my nieces and nephew. I just got another one that was born 2 months ago. All of these kids are going to grow up. So they're going to be contributing to their plans for years. Their parents are going to pass it on to them at some point when they start working, and they're going to continue funding those accounts. It's a blessing. This business is a blessing on both sides of the fence. It's blessing you first, and it's blessing the people that you're putting these strategies in place. And I always say this, I know on my dying bed or in my old age, there's going to be a child that's going to be at the hospital, or there's going to be a doctor that's going to thank me for sitting with their mom and putting a plan in place, because now they were able to go to medical school. Somebody's going to come up to me in my 60s and 70s and say, thank you for sitting with my parents. Because of you, I bought my first house. Because of you, I was able to buy multiple properties. Because of you, I got life a little easier. Because of you, my parents passed away and left me $3 million in tax-free income. There's so many blessings. I'm telling you, there's so many. This business is so rewarding. Even when we may have our ups and downs, this business is such a big blessing. We're planting seeds every day when we sit with a family. Even the ones who don't take it right away, or they don't say yes right away, we're still helping them because we educated them. Now they know better. Now they know better, right? So, with that being said, where do you see yourself starting out? You may say, Odetta, I'm not about this business life. I like my job, but I want to put something in place for me and my family. Then let us do a complimentary financial strategy. You may say, you know what? I know a lot of people that need to know about this stuff, right? I'd love to refer people to you. I know people who got kids. I know people who already retired. I know people who are working. I want to refer some people to you. Now you could be part of our revenue sharing where you get 50% of whatever you refer to us. Or this could be a part-time career. Maybe you've been looking to do something on the side. I started part-time. And now I do this full-time and I teach part-time. Isn't that amazing? Talk about a blessing. I started this part-time, well, not even part-time, kind of half-time, right? And now I do this full-time. I flip the script. Or you might say, you know what? I've been really looking for something and I'm ready to make a change. And you go all in. You go all in. You come on board. You're full-time from day one. And you work your business for the next 6, 9, 12 months and become a senior broker. Where do you see yourself fitting? Right? So this is where I'm going to say, get in touch with the person who invited you. Education without implementation is devastation. Education without implementation is devastation. You cannot know this information and just go back to sleeping. Now you've been awoken. Act on it. Whether that's going to be you coming on board, learning, coming on board, doing the business, or worst case scenario, get the help and put your financial house in order so you can save your future and your unborn generation. I've already done that for my family. So proud of myself. So proud of myself. My nieces and nephew, they're set. Every kid born in my family, they call me. I don't call them. I don't even know when they're pregnant. They call me, right? My nieces and nephew, their life is going to be better than mine. 100%, because I'm watching their account. I'm watching their account grow. And I'm also contributing because I do this business and I see the value. I don't give them the gifts that I used to give them prior. Spending money, taking them here, doing this. I still do, but that's little. And I fund their IUL. Every birthdays, I fund their IUL. Christmas, I fund their IUL. Because yeah, I may buy them a shoe, a toy, a t-shirt, whatever. That's going to be breaking up. That's going to be in the garbage by next year. But their IUL is working for them. So when they're 25, 35, 45, I'm going to be so proud to see how their life turned out better than mine. This business is a blessing. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it back to Jesse to close us out. Please, please, please get in touch with the person who invited you. This webinar has been recorded. You guys are going to get the recording. And I highly encourage you, you can watch it back, but definitely share it with 3 to 5 people. Share it, right? That's why we record it, because we wanted to reach more people. So thank you. That's my part. And Jesse, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Thank you, Zeta. And by the way, I forgot to say, if you ain't stocking, then you are dropping. So, just for me to say,